better than what it is here. But yeah, hopefully in time we should be able to do that as well. Mm.
Look, I might not be 100% accurate, but the way I've got it is that we will be allowed to jog at least from next week. But I
Mm,
might be wrong before people
mm, mm, mm.
get on my case. But Virat, I don't know what you feel like. It almost feels like surreal, It feels like I'm part of a big movie here. But
Ah,
it is real with the virus. But the nice thing about a big movie is there's always opportunity. There's always a hero, and there's always opportunity for people to stand up
mm,
and to make a
yep.
difference, and to have seen the leaders and people
True,
inspiring each other, to
true.
give out a helping hand to people in need. And I think both of us have a big responsibility with that. And I think we'll touch on that a bit later, how we're going to try and make a
Yeah,
difference together.
absolutely. I totally agree with you. I think what it feel, I mean, obviously they are comparing this or even, putting this across as even a worse situation than the World War. So we have no idea what happened back then. It would have been crazy for people who experienced that. But the thing right now is that you literally have no other option but to follow what's been told.
Yeah.
And for some people, it's been so tough because, we're just not used to listening or doing the correct thing. It's a bit sad to see as well when, people don't follow one vision, one goal, and it can make such a huge difference. I mean, people understand that today that if everyone gets together and work in the right direction, special things can happen. Things can
Mm.
come back to normal sooner than what people might think if they push in one direction. And yeah, it's actually surreal. I never thought we are going to see a time like this ever.
I can I can
It's just
compare
come
that.
so quickly.
I can
Mm.
actually compare that to cricket a lot. I
Mm-hmm.
think you'll relate with the fact that definitely in my career, very often you feel like you're a
Mm.
million miles away from achieving anything. And
Yep.
basically that never say die attitude, never giving up, pushing harder,
Yep.
pushing harder. Before you know it, things happen so quickly and so
Yep.
dramatically that you look around and you go like, hold on, I've just achieved something that no one else in the history has achieved before. And I think you can say that quite a bit about yourself and
Mm.
your stats. But we
Mm.
as cricketers, we never look at our stats
Mm.
that often. But looking back at a lot of hard work, all of a sudden magic happens. And I think we're in a similar kind of situation than some of our cricket games and cricket careers. If we just push on for a bit longer, they might not
Yep.
seem like there's light at the end of the tunnel, but before you know it, doors open up and the light comes
Yep.
through. Uh,
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. I think as sportsmen, it or sportswomen, it teaches us a lot to keep bouncing back. That's
mm.
something that is ingrained in us, and yeah, that should come on the surface for everyone. And we can totally relate to that mindset. We can keep pushing people in the right direction, keep motivating them, and that I think is our contribution right now. Apart from all the things
Uh,
that we do from a financial side of things, helping people and charities and stuff, but apart from that, I think it's the motivation. It's touching the right emotion in people that really brings out the best in them, and
I
that's
don't know
something
if,
that we
yeah, 100%, and I don't know if
definitely
you're the
can do.
same, but it almost feels like your hands are tied in these times.
Yeah.
We want to do a lot, but you're locked up in your house. And I think from a mental freshness point of view and staying positive, it's important not to be too hard on yourself. Try and give a
Mm,
hand where you can, but
mm,
don't
mm,
pull yourself down when you feel like you're not changing the world in one day. It takes
mm,
time,
mm,
and every little
mm,
bit
mm,
helps. So
mm,
certainly for me, I felt like, what, I've had a big following because of my cricket over the years,
mm,
and I'm not doing enough. I tell my wife every night,
mm,
I don't feel like I'm doing anything.
mm,
And
mm,
then she gives me the peace of mind, like, just stay patient. You are actually, I remember that guy, remember this. You are helping,
mm,
and I think
mm,
if you're
mm,
patiently
mm,
doing something positive every day,
mm.
the big sum will eventually be something special.
I totally
Yeah,
agree with you. I think when you do something for someone, it has to be special. It has to be something that makes an impact on their lives. And
yeah,
not everyone has to publicize it. Not everyone has to put it out there and, show the world what I'm doing or what not.
100%.
Unfortunately, that's the kind of validation everyone's seeking. But you
Mm,
have to choose to live life in the right manner, and you
yeah.
have to choose to do the right thing. And as you said, Danielle is your pillar of strength for me in my life. Anushka is definitely that person who always pushes me in that direction. If anything is off, any kind of motivation, any kind of support, we're both there for each other. And I think we're blessed to have a great life partner and great people around us. And yeah, I've seen you impact people in a way that it's very different. It's very special. It's not out there. It's not for the world to watch, but the
Mm,
things you say to people, the way you come across, you treat them certainly makes an impact on them. And I've seen that inside the change room. And I was just thinking from that note, I remember the first time we met after you were picked up by RCB. I remember
Yeah.
it was in Johannesburg, and we came down the tunnel. You guys were finishing practice, or yeah, correct. You guys were finishing practice. We were just starting ours, and I came and said hello, and I said we're going to be playing together, and you were like, I'm excited for that. It was a very brief chat. Didn't know after so many years, after what, 9 years, we'll be such good friends and have a
Wow.
great journey together. And yeah, it's been wonderful. It's been wonderful to create a lot of memories.
It's an interesting story because it's a very human thing to do. Is when you hear about someone for quite a few years, and about you
Mm.
has told me a lot about you
Yeah.
leading up to. I mean, I think you were 18, 19, 20 when you started playing for RCB, and Bouchy would tell me about you.
Mm.
And having known you for 3 years, but never meeting you in
Mm.
that time, you sort of, it's a human thing to sort of put a bit of defense around yourself, you know. So
Yeah.
I remember walking up the tunnel, and even though I said hi, my defenses were definitely up. Like, hold on, I don't quite trust this guy yet. I've heard a lot about him. I've seen the hair, I've seen the style. I'm not convinced.
Yeah.
but it didn't take me long to get to know you a bit better and to see the human side in you, which